Welcome back to Let's Talk Wrestling on Leon the King TV. WWE's women's division needs to be much better. Is it getting better or is it getting worse? Let's take a look and see. I have about 9 or 10 reasons that will help improve WWE's World Wrestling Entertainment's women's division. Here we go. Tamina needs a push. I said it. Tamina Snuka needs a freaking push. Tamina thicker than the Snuka needs a push. And the reason why I'm saying that is because she's been on the roster for over 13, 15, 14, maybe 12 years now. She debuted on the roster in 2010. And since then, 09 or 2010, in one of those years, since then, she hasn't been given a push. The only push she's gotten was her being the one half of the women's tag team champions and holding the tag titles with Natalya Neidhart. That was the last time she was a tag champion, was when she was tag champions with Natalya. She hasn't been a tag team champion since then, and she hasn't been given a push since then. So it's kind of ridiculous that they would basically not give Tamina a push that way. She's too good of a talent. They're wasting her. They're not utilizing her. She's barely booked on Raw or SmackDown, even though she was recently drafted to SmackDown on Friday nights. She hasn't been booked for any matches. Maybe she's done WWE live events, house shows, but she has done nothing. They've done nothing with her. The perfect way to get Tamina, in my opinion, a management push, is you immediately have her defeat everybody on SmackDown in the women's division. Any woman who comes her way, she defeats. And then that way, she cuts a promo one day after getting the victory. She says, you know what, enough is enough. I've been treated like nothing but SHIT in this roster, in this company. I've been treated like shit. I've been treated no good. It's time for me to do something with myself. And it's time for me to rise to the top and prove that I am great. And by doing that, I am going to destroy, dominate, decimate, and delete everyone who comes in my way in the women's division here on SmackDown. And I am going to prove that I am the Bloodline's royal daughter. I am Tamina Snuka. That's how you book her. That's how you book her. She destroys everyone. She gets a victory. This is pro wrestling, people. This is pro wrestling. We're talking pro wrestling. And that's wrestling right there. You know, you book her to be a savage. You book her to be ruthless. You book her to be this aggressive person. That's Tamina Snuka to me. She was like Nia Jax when she was signed with WWE. It's just like Nia Jax. You immediately give her a push because you know she's this badass Samoan woman. She's related to Roman Reigns. She's related to The Rock. She's related to the former undisputed tag team champions, the Usos. She's related. She's a Sokoa. She's a Snuka. She's the daughter of Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Push Tamina. Push her. She's wrestling royalty. Push her. I want to see Tamina get a push. It's a shame how they basically do their talent that way. It's very a shame that they do it like that, and it shouldn't be. It should not be. It should not be where that's how they book their talent. Number 2, keep Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda out of the title picture. Yes, they main event at WrestleMania 35, the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania in wrestling history. But come on, we don't have to see them in every damn title picture. It's just like, see, my problem is with WWE. I feel like it's when shit gets redundant. It's very redundant to see Charlotte, Becky. Every time Charlotte comes back after an injury, after taking time off, whether it be a wedding, maternity leave, whatever, she comes back instantly thrown at a title shot and back into the title picture, and the title is around her waist. Look at what happened the ending of last year. She came back, defeated Ronda Rousey, became the SmackDown Women's title, and just took the title off of Rousey and put the title on Charlotte. They find a way, they gotta find a formula that works where you can bring up other women into a title picture other than Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. They gotta get out of it. It's so stale. It's so boring as shit. You gotta get Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda out of the title picture all the time. All the damn time they gotta be in the title picture. We getting tired of that, bro. We're getting tired of that. We tired. Child, we tired. I want to see, and this may shock and surprise some people, but I want to see this person have a title run and have a push and be repackaged in WWE, and that's this woman, Tamina Snuka. Just push her. I could have had a better picture for it, but just push her. I'm obsessed with Tamina. Just push her. She's great. She's beautiful. She's got the look. She's got the wrestling ability. Push her. She's been there too damn long to have no title right now. Whether it be the new WWE Women's title or the WWE World Women's title, it doesn't matter. All these names now. Just stick with the Raw and SmackDown Women's title. Shit. You got to come up with a mouthful of names for basically a title that I'm trying to understand right now. Like, why are we coming up with these weird names for these women's titles? Ridiculous. But anyway, give this woman a push. Keep Charlotte, Becky, Ronda out of the title picture for once. For once, keep her out of the title picture. Number 3, push newer stars. It's time that we push newer stars. You know, someone like Aaliyah, someone like Raquel Gonzalez. I don't call her Rodriguez. I call her Gonzalez. Someone like, we saw Liv Morgan defeat Ronda Rousey at Extreme Rules last year. We saw her win the SmackDown Women's title at Money in the Bank last year. Yeah, I would like to see Liv Morgan. Yes, I would love to see women from NXT. Yes, I would love to see Alba Fire and Isla Dawn get the women's tag team titles or even a main event women's title. But either way, we don't have to always see Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. Like I said, push newer stars. Push Raquel Gonzalez. Push Aaliyah. Push Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the future WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Push them. Number 4, break Raquel and Liv Morgan up. The thing is, Raquel needs to go back to her NXT gimmick. Raquel is the former NXT Women's Champion. She came out with a badass motorcycle, a sharp leather jacket, and she was badass. That's the Raquel I want to see. Go back to that Raquel. Give me the Morgan as the WWE Women's Tag Champions. I'm not interested in it. It's going nowhere for me. If you're gonna do something with Raquel, give her something authentic, give her better promos, more promos, let's see her wrestle in a singles competition. I don't want to see her in a tag team because you flop her around to every woman in the women's division on SmackDown. You tag teamed her with Shotzi Blackheart. You tag teamed her with Aaliyah, and now you tag team her with Liv Morgan. This is ridiculous. Stop tag teaming Raquel Gonzalez with everybody. She is more than tag team caliber. Not saying tag team caliber is bad. She's main event singles competition caliber in the women's division in WWE. She is main event caliber for the women. Push Raquel Gonzalez in the singles competition. Number 5, bring Nia Jax back. If Nia Jax re-signs with World Wrestling Entertainment, wow, that's going to be huge. If she re-signs with World Wrestling Entertainment, like, bruh, that's going to be hot. Nia Jax re-signing with, if she re-signs with WWE, I don't even know what the fuck I was about to say. But if she resigns with WWE, that's going to be perfect. That's going to be really perfect. And I was invested in Nia Jax back when she debuted in 2016. I was invested in her run in NXT, and I was invested in her run on the main roster when she was drafted to the main roster. When she was called up to the main roster, I was interested. So, excuse me, but you got to find a way to get Nia Jax back. If Nia Jax doesn't want to do it, Nia Jax ain't going to do it. She doesn't sound like she's interested. She made an appearance at the 2023 Royal Rumble this year in the women's Royal Rumble match, eliminated, but she was eliminated during the match, but it was only for a one-time thing. She didn't resign with the company, and I'm like, why did they do this? Whether it's Triple H, whether it's Vince, whether it's Nick Khan, somebody in WWE did this, and I don't know what their plans were, what this move was, but they had her show up at the Royal Rumble. Maybe she made the call. They made the call to her. However it was done, she showed up at the Royal Rumble this year, and she got eliminated during the match. And I remember that. But I thought she resigned with the company because in this so-called Triple H era, they were bringing everybody back. But I don't know. She was one of the people that got released back in like 2021. So I don't know. I thought she would have been back. But maybe it will never happen. We'll never know. We'll have to see. But I would love to see Nia Jax back. Number 6, have Rhea Ripley face men. Rhea Ripley to me is the China of this generation in WWE in this era. She is the China in this era of not just WWE. She's the China of this era in all of wrestling. Make her face men. I want to see the intergender matches back. I want to see her face men. I want to see her go ahead and face someone like, put her in a match with, I was about to say Carmelo Hayes, but nah, that'd be a good match though, but Carmelo versus Rhea Ripley shit. But nah, like if you put Rhea Ripley in, let's say, if you were to put Rhea Ripley in a match with Chad Gable, if you were to put Rhea Ripley in a match with Seth Rollins, I don't know, but it's like, even if you would have her face Dominic, I'm interested to see how that pair is going to break up, but that's another conversation for another time. But I think Rhea Ripley should be facing men just like China used to face men back in the day. I think that would make it a little more interesting. Seeing some intergender matches where men can face women and women can face men in the ring. So I think that would be interesting. I know years ago, during the Ruthless Aggression era, old school WWE used to do that. They used to have like Christian face Trish Stratus, Chris Jericho faced Trish Stratus. I remember that when Chris Jericho faced Trish Stratus on, like, I think it was Raw or SmackDown. It probably was Raw, but they had that match, that singles match. So I don't know. I think that if they bring that back like they used to, that would be interesting. bring something back like, I mean, China. Who were some of the men that China faced? Hold up, really quick. There were some men she faced, and I'm trying to see who it was. China faced Eddie Guerrero in an IC title match. You had China face. I think she faced Triple H. I'm not sure. Yes, China faced Triple H. So I don't know. China faced Triple H versus China versus the Undertaker. So that's old school. So I'm just saying, I think that Rhea Ripley is being booked like China. I really think that. She's the China of this era. Where am I? Number 7, create a new dominant women's faction. Name the last time we had a great women's faction in WWE. Name it. In NXT, you had Toxic Attraction. You had Mandy Rose. Gigi Dolan, and I'm the other one's name. I totally forgot. But anyway, that's who you had. You had those 3 women. You had Toxic Attraction. You had, I mean, Damage Control was the worst right now. The Damage Control is on the way of breaking up. So that Damage Control shit ain't working with Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. It's not working. Then you got, the Riot Squad, who are all released from their WWE contracts and Ruby Soho is wrestling with All Elite now. She's wrestling with All Elite in AEW, so she's not even part of WWE. She's not signed with WWE anymore. So I liked the Riot Squad, but you couldn't name too many women's factions in WWE. That's the thing. It's time we get if give us something like Nexus did. Give us something like, Nexus or Evolution. Give us that badass women's faction that we never got in WWE. Give it to us. It's time for them to be creative with their women's division. It's time for them to go newer places, newer heights with their women's division. And creating a new faction is the perfect idea to be creative with their women's division. We need a women's faction. I want to see the female Evolution. I want to see the female Shield. I want to see the female Nexus. I want to see that. I want to see the female Bloodline. Give us that. The female NWO. Give us that. WWE has lost way too many good women in their women's division. Give me a second. You lost this woman right here. You lost Ember Moon, which was ridiculously crazy. Man, what a talent for her to sign, to go off, get released, and sign with AEW. She's with Tony Khan's promotion now. So now she's wrestling big time with Tony Khan's promotion. She left WWE. Like these releases were crazy. It's crazy to see a release like Ember Moon, knowing that she was one of the top biggest names in WWE, knowing that how good and excellent she was, knowing, how much of a talent she is in WWE, but to see her go to AEW is like, well, she's gonna do good. Now she's Athena with her Athena gimmick and her run at AEW. We don't know if she'll ever sign or come back to WWE. We don't know. But best of luck to her in AEW. But they lost. This is one of the things the WWE Women's Division lost, and it was the talent of Ember Moon. She should have been on that roster. She should have stayed on that roster and been with that company. I know you can't hear me breathing right now, but I'm actually trying to upload a picture. Okay, here we go. This woman is the best thing in wrestling right now. Bianca Belair, has proven that she is great as an African American woman, professional pro wrestler in the women's division in WWE right now. She's She has to stop smiling all the time. She gets attacked one week and the next week she's smiling. I like to see her be a little more ratchet. I like to see her be a little more ghetto. I like to see her be a little more ruthless. Bring that ratchetness out. Bring that ghetto-ness out. Bring that attitude, that badassness. Bring that out of Bianca Belair because she wants that SmackDown Women's title. She wants that women's title back from Asuka. And now Charlotte Flair is in her way. She's going to take out both women at SummerSlam in a triple threat match to become the new women's champion. She has to go through these women to get her title back. And I feel like you have to do something with her character better than always having her smiling and skipping to the ring every week. After she gets attacked, after she gets ambushed, every week she's coming to the ring, skipping and smiling. Come out of that. Come out of that. So that has been it for today. Thank you for watching another episode. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. Later on tonight, I'll be doing a recap of SmackDown, and tomorrow I will be doing Hollywood, the return of Hollywood Real Talk on Leon the King TV. Hollywood Real Talk on Leon the King TV. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. Whatever you do, please hit that subscribe button. It's Leon the King TV. Let's talk wrestling, and I'm out. Peace.